touched on it on stage about how Brian sort of personifies the good traits about this club. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, on why you think that he is such a good...
Look, everybody has their own interpretation of what this club means, but for me, growing up with this club as a little kid, knowing the coaches, the players that I did, then getting involved 15 years ago and sort of trying to carry the torch and being around people like Brian from those early days, and some of the great players, great characters we had, being around guys like Alan Hinton and Jimmy Gabriel, Dave Gillett, and all the former Sounder people who've made this club special. He's just an amazing person. He cares more about this club than anybody I know. He, for me, he's a fantastic leader in that he's willing to wants to push all the praise down to the people that work with him, the players. But if things go wrong, he's the first one to raise his hand and say, that's on me. And for me, that's one of the traits of a great leader. He's great with people. People respect him. He's honest, clear in his communication, and fans love and, more importantly, respect him. And so over the last, I would say, a few weeks ago, kind of landed on a decision, but and then sort of tried to time it in a rational way. We also believe that Brian's very level-headed, so he's going to leave here tonight excited. Players are going to be excited for him, but the message first thing in the morning is it's back to work. We haven't done anything yet. We cannot overlook Dallas on Sunday. It's going to be a war, going to be a battle, and he'll have the guys right mentally, and he'll be prepared mentally. We didn't proactively go out and start a real search. We were, I think perhaps that was more a figure of speech that, but the intention was to very shortly start a search. We got a lot of resumes, as you might imagine, but again, shortly after making Brian interim, it was pretty clear that things were headed in a very good direction. Once they were headed in that good direction, I think Garth and I both assumed and hoped that Brian would be the head coach. And for sure, we also, just from a practical standpoint, thought, okay, this would be really disruptive to be going through a coach search when our current coach is leading us, back up the standings and into a playoff position.
Sure.
And look, we wanted our fans to take ownership of this club. We want our fans to feel more connected to ownership, to management, to the coaches, the players. We want them to feel as though they have a voice, and that we're not just, it's not just a bunch of rich owners, a toy for a bunch of rich owners to wield as they please. We've always felt like this is a community asset. We are stewards of this asset for the fans, and we certainly have to make decisions along the way that are difficult and aren't always completely democratic. But where possible, we want to engage fans in ways that again makes it feel like it's their club. And again, I'm thankful, because if I had to say more than 3 more words, I would have been, in tears. But he's so popular in this community. He's been involved and entwined with the Sounders for so long, 35 years. And again, for those of you who just Brian doesn't have an enemy in the community. Everybody loves him, again, because of some of those characterististics he has as a person, and they know his heart is in the right place. Full-time head coach. Well, he didn't call me back, so no, he again, it was emotional. when we finally, Garth sort of went through the process of working out the details, but to be able to go in his office and say, dude, welcome. Like it's been a while coming, but again, I was just so happy for him. Again, I maybe I've said it too many times, but I'm sure he said it's his dream job, and to be able to do good things for good people and have good people, strive and succeed and have this sort of outcome is it's good. It's good for everybody. Again, it starts with the history of the club. It starts at the top. It starts organizationally. But Brian and I have always been in alignment, sort of on what it means to be part of the Sounders Club. He, of course, pushes that down within the coaching staff, and the support staff, and the players, and I think it's sort of a virtuous cycle in that the fans then can see that and connect to the players, and it becomes, again, this family that represents this amazing culture that the Sounders have had here for 40 plus years. I think he understood. He and I have always had a super honest relationship, and yeah, he got it, but I'm sure he was disappointed.